Yes, dear young Buddhist, thank you for having invited me to come and deliver this talk. But you have given a very deep subject for me to discuss tonight. I don't know what you have written here on the blackboard. Conventional truth and absolute or ultimate. What is the ultimate? Conventional and ultimate truth. That means there are two kinds of truth in this world. Yes, it is true. Because our knowledge, our understanding that we gathered by using very, very limited five senses and our imagination that we maintain in our mind. We measure or we guess, if not we decide. It is like this. Later, we accept this as a truth. Now this is the way for thousands of years that human beings accepted many things as truth. Let us take a simple example. Do you know the meaning of China? The word China. What does it mean? You do not know the meaning of China. Qinghua. Do you know that? Two words. Qing and Hua. K-U-A. What does it mean? What is Qinghua? Central country or kingdom. So I had to teach you Chinese today. Central kingdom or the country. Few thousand years ago, they thought this is the center of the whole world and accepted this as the main kingdom, main country on this earth. And the ruler or the emperor as son of heaven. They never accepted that there is another ruler on this earth at that time. To them, at that time, it is the truth. They maintain this as truth. But it has taken few thousand years for them to find out that there are many other big countries, there are many other rulers on this earth. This is the nature of the truth. Let us take few more. Then you can understand how the Buddha has realized and explained the nature of the real truth and how he has rejected many of those beliefs or concepts that people accepted as traditional truth. When you refer to Mr. Nehru, the Prime Minister of India, although he was not a Buddhist, he has written, I really cannot understand what sort of knowledge, courage, wisdom and understanding the Buddha had to reject, to point out that many of those beliefs that people maintain for thousands of years in India as truth and facts and reality, how he has rejected all those beliefs. Mr. Nehru says, truth is the most difficult thing for us to understand. On the other hand, we don't like the truth because truth is not in our favor. When we reveal the truth, we cannot satisfy. We want to find out something which we can agree, which we can understand. Otherwise, there is nothing. That is why many people could not understand the truth revealed by the Buddha at that time. I can give a simple incident. One day, when the Buddha was going somewhere, he met the follower of another religion in India. But having seen this wonderful personality, serene appearance, very charming, pleasing to the eye, he thought this person must be somebody. Then he came and asked, "Can you please tell me whether you are belong to any particular religion?" Then the Buddha said, "Yes." "What do you preach?" Then in brief, he explained, "The essence of my teaching is this. I point out the cause of existence here in this universe. I point out the cause of changes and decay, the things that which come into existence. I point out what happened to those things after changing and decaying and why they disappear. Again I point out, after this disappearance, what will happen to them? The cause." But this man never thought, never expected this kind of doctrine or religion. Then he asked, "Only that much?" The Buddha said, "Yes." "Then do you know how he acknowledged or appreciated the Buddha's interpretation?" Can you understand the mentality they had at that time? Because this belief was not agreeable, acceptable to all those who maintain certain religious beliefs. Charles Darwin, who explained the theory of evolution, many religions had a losing battle for a long time because they knew it is a very big blow to their basic religion, creation. To them, this human life was created at once by a God. But this theory of evolution or anthropology explains this life never comes into existence at once. This is a gradual development, evolution. Scientists accepted. Religionists had to fight because what they have accepted as truth for thousands of years is not agreeable with this scientific discovery. Later, they had to give new interpretation, twisted their basic religious principles and tried to merge with the theory of evolution if they wanted to maintain this religion. Otherwise, scientists will throw religion into the dustbin. To them, there is no value, no truth, no meaning at all. Let us take another example. Newton. who discovered the gravity. Earlier, people never had this belief that there is something. When a fruit dropped from a tree, people thought, yes, it must drop, that it never goes up. That was the theory they had at that time. There was nobody to study why this fruit drops without going upward. Newton might have seen thousands of other fruits dropping from various trees, but he never had the idea. So one day when he was sitting under a tree, I started to think very deeply, why this fruit dropped in this. Then he discovered, oh, there is something which is called gravity. In the same manner, the Buddha was sitting under the Bodhi tree. Although he did not see anything dropping from heaven, because many other religious teachers came down from hills and rocks and jungles and revealed, God appeared and revealed secretly to me and given all this information. Why secretly? If this message is for the whole mankind, why the God want to reveal this secretly only to one man, one particular country? That I cannot understand. So however, the Buddha never said, when he was sitting under that Bodhi tree, the God slowly came behind and whispered to his ears and revealed some secret. So my duty is to convey the secret message given by the God. No such thing. He was contemplating, meditating, thinking, analyzing by using his knowledge, his understanding, until he gained complete purification in his mind to understand the truth. Then he explained to others, why is it difficult for us to understand the truth? The reason is, our minds are clouded, deluded, misled. There are a lot of dark clouds around our mind. Therefore, we cannot see the reality. We cannot see the truth. We have been maintaining concepts and beliefs for thousands of years, introduced by primitive people, according to their imagination. Scientific knowledge, philosophy, religion, and doctrine were unknown to them at that time. Let us take another example. When I was a small boy, I remember how my father and mother introduced the rainbow. Do you know what is that? This is the vessel dropped by the God from heaven when he wants to take water from here. That is the vessel. Because they experience, after a short while, there will be rain. Every time when there is a rainbow, there will be rain around that way. Because of that, they thought this is a vessel dropped by the God to take water from here. This is the way how they maintain their belief. Again, still, many people cannot understand the colors. They accept this as reality. They had no knowledge to understand that this is water and the light. a vision, it is a maya, it is an illusion. In reality, there is no such color there. But to our eyes, you can see colors. There is no truth. This is the way how people introduce many of those religious truths. Few more. People accepted this earth as flat. Recorded in their holy books also. When scientists like Galileo pointed out, this is not flat, this is round. He had to suffer because of this. Because religious authorities are not ready to reveal the truth. What they want is to maintain belief and concept what they have recorded in their holy book. They also believe that this earth is the center of the solar system. Later they found out it is not this earth, but the sun is the center of the solar system. When the Buddha mentioned that there are thousands and thousands of suns and moons in the space, people laughed at him. What rubbish that he was so. There is only one sun. Just like people say there is only one God. Some others say, why only one God? There are so many gods. But some others say, let it be anything, why worry about one God or many gods? Let us do our work. If they actually let them act, why do we bother about it? This is the way how we try to introduce truth. So, today, astronomers found out there are so many suns here in this space, not Earth. We are good Earth. Now we can understand why the Buddha has said, how he realized the truth. At that time, 2,500 years ago, to tell us that there are thousands and thousands of suns here in the space. He is known as Lokavidu, the knower of the world. He realized the nature of the world. Then, conventional truth means simply by using our five senses and limited knowledge, certain things that we have accepted as truth. But later, when we develop our knowledge, age, maturity, understanding, experience, we will come to know the things that we have accepted earlier as truth is wrong. It is not the truth. So the conventional truth is going on changing according to the time and understanding and circumstances. Therefore, we cannot accept all these things as absolute or ultimate or unchangeable truth. But for our day-to-day life, these things are important. Otherwise, we cannot live, we cannot work, we cannot express our ideas. The Buddha used both. When he wanted to talk to ordinary people, he used conventional terms and words. What is conventional terms? The word used by the ordinary people. This is called conventional truth, as truth. Let us take by ordinary people. Now we differentiate physically and mentally that there are a lot of differences, discriminations between man and woman. This is conventional truth. When we analyze, in the end, we will come to know that there is no difference, there is no discrimination whatsoever. That is absolute, ultimate truth. By observing certain visible, tangible indication, we express our ideas to differentiate, accept as truth. But when we analyze everything unbiasedly, there is no discrimination. Let us take another word. World. What is world? Scientifically and doctrinally explained by the Buddha. When we analyze this world, what is the definitions of the world? Combinations of 4 elements and various energies, cosmic energies and natural energies, known and unknown energies are there. When all these things combine together, there will be certain visible or tangible objects here and there. This is called world. This is called life. This is called plant. This is called house. This is called mic. All these are the words created by us. There is nobody else to create these words, to express our views, our ideas regarding these existing things. Now, when we analyze all these things, in the end, there's no man, no woman, no plant, no earth, no mind, no monk. All are elements and energies. Combinations of elements and energies in various ways by taking different forms, different degrees, different gravities. Then they appear in different ways. In the end, no difference at all. That is what the Buddha says. Now he says, everything that which exists in the whole universe, in any part of the world, is subjected to 3 characters, 3 natures. What are those 3? Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta. This is absolute truth, ultimate truth. There is nobody in this world who can say that it is not so. If there is nobody who can point out by using their knowledge or wisdom or religion or philosophy or psychology or scientific discoveries, if there is nobody to tell us that it is not true, then remain as absolute, unchangeable. What are those 3? Everything that exists, life or otherwise. Can you point out that there is any living beings or any things in this world remain forever without changing? Can you point out? You can say God is like that. Because God is a concept. God is a belief. God is not a person. So there is nothing to change. Can you point out that there is anything in this world that is never decay, remain forever just like you, young people? How nice if you can remain forever like this, isn't it? Another few thousand years, if you can remain like this, so fresh. How nice, isn't it? Do you think in heaven you can find such living beings? According to the Buddha, there is no place, whether in heaven or hell, that there are any kind of living being who can exist without changing, without decay. This is called universal truth, absolute truth, ultimate truth. Right, another one. Can you point out another living beings or object that which remain forever without facing death or disappearance? Exist, change, decay, disappear. Is there anybody? Nothing. This is called absolute truth. All the other beliefs that we maintain by using our limited senses, by depending on our craving and anxieties and ambitions, are what is called conventional truth. Temporarily look like a truth, but later, when you analyze, it is not true. Now let us take scientific analysis. I did not complete these three characteristics: anicca, dukkha, anatta. In anything that which exists, whether life or otherwise, there will be friction, collision. Why? It is the combinations of elements and energies. Otherwise, life or things never appear. Appearance takes place because of this friction. So appearance is a vision. When we take a torchlight and turn like this rapidly, you can see one big round light. If I do not shake this one, there is no round. You can see the light there. So all the elements and energies that exist as a bundle here are working so rapidly, we cannot see how they work. Atom, neutron, proton, and tons of tons are working there. Known and unknown. So far they have discovered these three names: atom, neutron, proton. There are so many others. Existence, appearance take place because of the friction. Now what the Buddha said is this. Combinations of elements and energies create vision, create shadow, create appearance. Scientific interpretation. Not created by God, not created by devil or anybody else. So the changes take place, sufferings take place, unhappiness take place, disappointment take place because of this friction. It is not because of the original sin. Do you know that? We suffer from sicknesses. We suffer from old age. We suffer the fear of death because we don't like to die. Some people say we had to suffer because of our original sin. Old, their faces become very sour because they don't like it. That is called unsatisfaction, unhappiness, disappointment. When they suffer from various sicknesses, they worry, they experience pain. This is the nature of the combinations of element and energy. Nobody behind. Again, why sicknesses take place? Imbalance of elements and energy. When you go to a Chinese sensei, he examines your pulse. What does he say? Oh, you have a lot of foam or foam. What is it? Foam, is it? Foam. I don't know what it is. Different dialogue. We have foam or foam. Say wind. More wind. Yes. He found out by studying pulse in your body, wind is more active. Other elements are not very active at that moment. Some others say, oh, your body is very, very hot. Heat element increase at that time cannot agree with the other three elements to balance. And now you can understand why we have to suffer from sickness, imbalance of elements and energies in our body. No devil, no ghost, no God. They are not responsible for our problem. Then the last one is the most interesting one. No one could understand. Anatta. In Mahayana philosophy, Mahayana schools of Buddhism explain this as sunyata or voidness. That means all the existing things, when we analyze, in the end there is nothing. But you don't like it. Whether you like or not, this is the truth. That's why at the beginning I told you, you don't like the truth. You want something to remain for you to enjoy. Alright? Let us take scientific discovery. Albert Einstein, how he analyzed the whole world or the whole universe. He says, at the moment, we can see only 4 elements, cosmic energies, and so many other things. Then we can see the world. We can see living beings. We can see so many other things. Alright? Let us define. We go on analyzing elements and energies. In the end, there is no world. There are no living beings. There are no universes. But we can see vibration. We can see waves. No living beings, no earth, no water, no fire. Nothing. This is scientific interpretation. When Buddhism says, when you analyze the whole universe, there is nothing to take as permanent entity, that which never change. Then you say there is no fun. Then what is the use of this life if there is nothing? So you need something according to your ambition, according to your craving, to satisfy your desire. If you cannot satisfy this desire, you cannot exist. That means you are not ready to accept the truth. Now we are in a very critical condition. What is the purpose? What is the aim of our life? Is there anybody who can point out the purpose of life? Religion very easily can tell you. Oh, the purpose of your life is to go to heaven and enjoy your life. Then you say, how nice. That is what we need. This entertain your craving. That is what you need. You don't care whether it is true or not. Religion, see, there is permanent, everlasting, immortal life where you can play mahjong forever. Never change. How nice. Pray hard. Pray and pray. Pray. You can enjoy your life. This is true. The Buddha did not want to introduce this kind of truth. Now this is the nature of enlightenment. Understand. One who realized the real nature of the world, real nature of the universe, real nature of life, and how these things appear, and how these things exist, and why they change, and why they disappear, and what will happen to them after that disappearance. That is what the Buddha has done. Now let us take this life. We can see babies are being born. Yes, it is true. We can see how these babies grow. Can see grow on, growing. Growing means change. Changing. These changes goes up to certain age, certain limit, certain period. Then change. Say up to 35 or 45. Going upward, up to 35 or 45. This is growing. Then turn this way. After turning this way, this will become the turning point and turn this way. Then changing, going down and now 60, 70, 80, 100. Is there anyone who can stop this? Any God? No one can stop. Nobody likes it. Do you like it? That is the truth. You can say, oh, we don't like it. If you want to exist, you have to face this. That is absolute or ultimate truth. If there is anybody who can come and promise that he can stop this, that is conventional truth. That means in reality there is no such truth. Supposing I say like this, and you are my permanent secretary. That is conventional truth. Isn't it? Everybody accepts it. When I appoint him as my permanent secretary, everybody says, yes, you know, he's a big shot. He's the permanent secretary of our chief reverend. Nobody wants to say anything against this. But there is no truth in it, isn't it? Because he is not permanent. He is not permanent. So when we define this in absolute truth, using this word, we cannot use it as a permanent thing. One day there will be an end to it. This is the name of the absolute truth and conventional truth. In other words, the truth created, discovered, accepted by us by using our ordinary senses and minds. This is called conventional truth. Reality, through proper perspective, as they exist, not as they appear. You know the difference. As they exist and as they appear. We take only appearance or the outlook, then decide something. Because we haven't got the penetrative knowledge to analyze and understand what it is. So our identity or our interpretation or our measurement is wrong. This we cannot understand by using deluded, clouded, misled mind. Enlightenment is important for us to understand. What is this enlightenment? We have very, very strong craving, desire, ambition attached. We are ready to do any kind of dirty, immoral, wicked, cruel thing in this world to satisfy our craving, ambition, selfishness and desire. No one can go against this. We have some sort of emotional feeling in our mind we introduce as anger, ill will, hatred, jealousy, grudge. See how many evil forces are there. No one is free from all these things. Why do we want to maintain? Because of our craving. If there is no craving in my mind, I never allow anger or hatred or jealousy or ill will or grudge to appear in my mind and cannot appear. Right. Then why do we allow? Why do we maintain by knowing all these things are dangerous, harmful, and we have to suffer because of these things? Then why do we maintain this? Because of our ignorance. Ignorance nurtures it. See the way how Buddha has introduced. Lobha, dosa, moha. These three things are the main root of all our problems in this world. All these living beings develop their anger, jealousy, grudge and enmity, fighting, quarreling, arguing and disturbing, destroying, burning, cutting, discriminating. All these unhealthy attitudes they maintain because of their craving, because of their anger, because of their ignorance. Now this is absolute, ultimate truth. There is nobody who can say that it is not due to that. Some others may say, oh, not due to that, influenced by devil. Devil is responsible for my anger. Devil is responsible for my selfishness. Devil create all these things. We maintain that because of ignorance. We do not know how to refine, to understand the nature of our mind. Now let us take beginning of this life, especially Buddhism and Christianity. These two religions talk about the beginning of human life. First, God created Adam and Eve. First created man. After that, by taking a rib, crooked rib from the man. If woman is crooked, man is responsible for that. Don't blame woman. Man's crookedness transforms into woman. God is responsible for that. Later, at the beginning they were very pure. Very, very pure. Then God wanted to test. He created forbidden fruit. Advised not to eat. Then devil appeared. Devil created temptations in the mind to eat it. He ate and he had it. And we are also suffering great contagious sickness. Because of that apple. Wait, how many millions or billions or trillions or years ago, nobody knows. And still we are suffering. It's a contagious sickness. Introduced as original sin. What do people believe of this thing? This will continue forever. No end. What I cannot understand is this, by knowing that this has become a curse to whole mankind, why God created that? Why did He allow man to eat this? Nobody knows. Buddhism also talks something like this. I think many of you have not heard. Buddhism says there is one particular discourse of the Buddha, it's called Aganya Sutra, the origin of life on this earth. But that is not the origin of life. According to the Buddha, there are living beings. Universe is infinite. That means no end. There are living beings in various other planets and other universes. Others never knew. When you refer to some other discourses of the Buddha, Dhammananda Sutra, Mahadhamma Sutra, discourses, where he mentioned the Buddha, 10,000 world systems, 100,000 world systems, where there are living beings, you can see this. So when this earth, after destruction, because this earth is not permanent, this is changing. This is decaying and disappearing. But all those dispersed particles and gravity and energy again accumulate. Scientifically also proven. Then the formations of earth here and there again take place after this destruction. But this is not an act of God or devil. This is natural. Appear, change, decay, disappear, reappear. Dispersed particle again combine. Let us take this. Now this is the combinations of dispersed particles and energies of my previous life. 4 elements, 4 kinds of mental energies. Now I am using. After a few years, all these 4 elements and 4 mental faculties disintegrate, dissolve, separate. After that, this vision, this form or this body is no more. But life never disappears. Remember, this is not life. This is a house. This is the frame. Life exists in this house. So when these elements and mental faculties disperse, disintegrate, this vision disappears. For that we say dead. Dead and gone. All the departed mental faculties, we have to study this, again combine, join with the four elements. There are five mental faculties: our craving, our attachment, our selfishness, our ambition, our good and bad karma. Karma alone cannot do anything. Karma is only one of the factors. Good karma or bad karma is one of the mental faculties. Karma alone cannot do anything. Karma must join, cooperate with the elements and other energies. Then the formation takes place. Then the differences, discriminations take place in these formations because of my own karma. Karma is important. If I am ugly and horrible looking, my karma is responsible for it. If you are very pretty and handsome, your karma is responsible for it. If I am very healthy by nature, my karma is responsible for that. If I am a very lucky person who can gain everything what I want without working like slave, my karma is responsible for that. If another person suffers like a slave forever, even then cannot find out 3 meals a day, his or her karma is responsible for that. See how karma differentiates. So this will continue again and again and again and again. This is called repeated birth and death. Repeated birth and death. The world system also like this. Although we cannot find mental faculties, elements and energies, combination, gravity, again come back. So what I wanted to tell you, when this earth again reappears, formation has taken place. Some other living beings in various other planets having seen, they came and settled down here. For curiosity's sake, they came to see what it is. And they have reduced their craving. They have come down from higher forms of existence. But after using certain eatable things here on this earth, they have lost their so-called supernatural power, completely lost. So they could not go back. Then, hidden, submerged, suppressed, craving, anger, jealousy, slowly started to develop. Now see the difference now. Christianity says, when devil appeared, devil influenced man to commit evil and all the immoral bad things were influenced, created by devil. Buddhism says these things were not introduced or influenced or given by devils or ghosts or anybody else, but our own intrinsic submerged that we kept under control during the previous birth. Circumstances, situations, environment again arouse, stir. Then we will become crazy, selfish, we get angry, again greed, So many things increase and increase and increase. Then we start to commit evil, immoral, wicked, harmful things. Devil is not responsible for that. Human mind. See the way how Buddha has interpreted it. That is called absolute truth. Without depending on another person. Without blaming or praising another person. We try to analyze, try to understand the nature of human mind. Then, absolute truth, you can study in Abhidhamma. You know, the 45 years teachings of the Buddha divided into 3. Sutra, Vinaya, Abhidhamma. Vinaya is very simple. Our discipline, our manners and what we call traditions and customs and ethics and morals, these things belong to one. Sutra, simple advice given by the Buddha for us to maintain our human dignity, how to give credit to our human intelligence, how to live in this world without disturbing others by maintaining peace and harmony and justice. All these things you can find in Sutra Pitaka in various discourses. But all these things are changeable. Circumstances change. Conventional truth. But very good teaching. For our day-to-day life, these things are very useful. Now let us take our way of life. Few hundred years ago, or few thousands of years ago, certain things maintained by our forefathers as immoral, harmful, dangerous, or wicked things. In the modern society, so-called advanced modern society, people accept these things as very common things. Today, to them, they are not immoral. They are not harmful. What they say, everybody is doing. Can you understand how this conventional truth that we can change from time to time according to our way of life? Immoral things are no more immoral in time to come. But in Abhidhamma, now I come back to Abhidhamma, hires moral psychology. Abhidhamma means moral psychology, not pure psychology. In other words, mental activity, function of the mind, the nature of the mind. This is called Abhidhamma. We do not know the nature of mind. We know the nature of the whole world. I can understand the nature of many things in this world, but still I do not know the nature of my own mind. This is the nature of mind. And I do not know whether I am hot-tempered or jealous or greedy or temperament or what sort of mentality I maintain. And I try to justify and maintain there is nothing wrong with me. I am good. I think I am good. This is the nature of mind. I can be very selfish, very jealous, very greedy person. But I think I am very good. Nothing wrong with me. I may practice any kind of immoral, ugly, dirty thing in this world to my own satisfaction. But I think I am very good. What the Buddha says in Abhidhamma, by analyzing this mind, to point out how to analyze your own mind, how to understand your own mind. to find out where are the mistake in your mind, to understand where is the loophole in your mind, then how to adjust it, how to correct it, how to develop it. This is called abhidharma.